You're watching WICE Q95 TV. Stay tuned for Caribbean music, news, entertainment, drama, creative Caribbean video, and happening cultural events. Only on WICE Q95 TV.
I just love Q95.
Looking out my window, and I'm thinking of tomorrow, and I'm wondering what the future will be. Thinking of the children who are the victims of oppression, beaten down by wars and eaten up by starvation. I'm saying, when this ugly will be over, and the children can go out and play. I wanna see when all oppression will be done, and the people will rise up and say, freedom at last, freedom at last, so free.
Alright, to Dominica. We're live here at 8:15. And of course we're going to start the pledges coming in a minute here. 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, 616-4257.
Morning, man.
Morning to you.
This is Ras Bobby.
Ras Bobby, how you doing?
I'm fine. I just want to say big up to Nasio.
Yes, Bobby, man. How you doing, my brother?
Just great, man. I doing such honorable work at the time in need, you know.
Yeah, my brother. You know, we've been looking towards seeing you coming through, you know, and well, we know you already doing your work as an ambassador the same way, and this is the vibe right now. We just calling everyone to come out and give and help and donate and pledge so that we can put this country back on its feet, you know.
Matt, on the Friday, 27th of August, I woke from my bed, prepared to go on to the heights. And then rain started to come down, and I decided, well, today is a farmer's holiday. I drank my coffee and I said I go back on my bed. Rahul told me to say that, Matt, I don't know. But Matt, within an hour, we see the river start to go up. And in Colby Street, in front of Colby Street, the river start to come up. My wife told me, look, you will climb on the wall. I said, that's nothing, because it's a customer that climb the wall. Yes. And then, so, less than no time, I see the river taking over the road, going back towards me. 7 houses from my area gone. Wooden houses. Mine is a wooden house, and I have a little block out in the yard. 7 houses in my area gone. I do not understand how on earth I survived that catastrophe, I call it. To the glory of God. Yes. But Martin, when I see there was no way out, I said to myself, to my wife, look, that is power. Looking at the water from the plain field, all underwater, the village covered water from corner kaya to kaya. The width of the village all covered underwater. I said to her, that is power. And I cried out and I said, from whence cometh my help? My help come from the Lord. And then I held my wife. I said, listen, if you die, I die. If I die, you die.
Yes, Mr. Louis.
And we hold one another.
Yes, Mr. Louis.
And we begin to pray.
Yes, Mr. Louis.
Hi, good morning. I'm calling to pledge, and I want an EC dollars.
You're pledging 500 EC dollars. Hello.
Hello, good morning, man.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm pretty good, thanks. Good morning to Nasio and everybody else in the studio.
Yeah, greeting my sister.
Okay, I would like to pledge $150.
TNR Auto Parts in Dominica pledging 500 on the line with me as the general manager of Q95, live from Canada this time. Mr. Gregoire, good morning to you, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good. I just want to shout out Nasio and his wife.
Okay.
I just want to commend Nasio for the work he's doing. I know that he's not his heavy. He's burden for his people. And I'm sure that he will not rest until he sees them back on their feet again. But as you know, Matt, we as the family of Q, we decided that we still support with Nasio until it's appealed. And today what I really want to do is to take the opportunity to make two pledges ready. I want to pledge one on behalf of all of us at Q. I want to pledge $1,000. Yeah. And then on my own behalf and behalf of my family, I want to pledge $1,000.
Mr. G, God bless you, Rasta.
God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you, man. God bless you, because that is what we really need right now. And you know, right now, I mean, what words can I speak, my brother? I mean, I want to thank you, the crew at Q, and all the sisters, and all the people, and all the DJs, and all the people who was in this work. You know, we brought in this idea and everybody worked with us without even asking. You know, it wasn't a Q idea, it was a nasio idea, but they just took it and ran with it and made it a reality for Dominica. And so we are really grateful for each and every one at Q, you know, for all Dominicans at home and abroad. We have some family out in Europe and Holland, they must be listening right now. We want to thank them. And all the people, I mean, if I forget anyone, please, I'm not ungrateful. I'm really thankful for all things, man.
All right, Mr. Gregor, Sheridan Gregor, thank you on behalf of the staff right here at Q95, pledging $1,000 on behalf of Q95 and $1,000 on behalf of himself and his family. $2,000 from Sheridan Gregor this morning. Thank you, sir, this morning. And we continue to take more pledges.
And so the country really needs every bit of help it can get. And when we think of helping ourselves, when we think of the help we need, we always, or should always, think first of the help we can give ourselves. So the rest of the world is going to help us, there's no doubt about that. To what extent, we don't know. We'll see what happens as the weeks and months unfold. But we have a duty and a responsibility to help ourselves and to demonstrate to the world that responsible approach to our own lives, our own times on God's earth, that we will do as much as we can. We will do as much as we can for ourselves. And I think that, in essence, is the beauty of what Nasio is doing here this morning. Yes, we are receiving help. Yes, relief is coming. We're being assisted to get back on our feet as soon as possible. But of course, we have to stand. A lot of Dominicans all over are standing firm, are rising up to create a better Dominica, to get us back to at least where we were before. But initiatives like this are wonderful, and I'm happy that it is happening right here on the big station this morning. People are tuned in from all around the world, and I want to welcome them warmly this morning to this big initiative. To thank Nasio for his music, to thank him for his heart, to thank him for his humanity, to thank him and his wife for thinking this through and getting an event going that doesn't cost much, but hopefully it's going to deliver a lot.
Yeah, man, this is the work of Rastafari, you know?
All right. Well, thank you, Lennox, for stepping in this morning.
Thank you very much.
And I know you will continue to support.
Yeah, man, one love,
Thank you.
And thanks for having me. First of all, thanks for extending the olive branch. And
no, one of the olive trees, we have the young
Well, before you go, just in a minute here, what do you think is the most important lesson coming out of this experience?
Well, yes, I mean, especially as a former Minister of Planning and, of course, still an environment portfolio, I think the whole issue of planning and land use is very important, and I'm pretty sure that you know, you're very well informed journalist, that as we speak, we will in the process of developing what we call a land use policy. And of course, sometimes people think that a lot of these exercises are academic. They're not, okay? Because people right now have to understand that certain areas are suitable for certain uses. And the whole issue of mitigation and also the topic of climate change comes into play. I mean, I mean, the 5 years I've been a minister. I mean, I've been a serious advocate around, mouthpiece as it pertains to climate change. But there are others like Pascal and the folks at the ECU for decades now have been talking about climate change, and I think people have been skeptics, of course, I mean, so you can what all this about, But the reality is hitting now. I mean, talking about flooding in Dominica, Matt. I mean, 10, 20, 50 years ago, we talked about flooding in Dominica, yes, Yes, so, yes, yes, so it's like it's just really heartbreaking. And as I said, going forward, we need to plan properly in terms of where people build, where people settle, etc. Land use is going to be very important.
Mr. Judd Dorset. Judd, good morning to you, Judd.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning to you, Nasio Fountain. Pleasure to finally.
Yeah, man.
Again.
Yeah.
A pleasure to finally meet you again. When I met the last time I saw you, I was, in the physical, I was a little boy. I was 3-4 years old. You used to come up to David Burton's residence. That's where I'm from, Kalinago territory. He said, when I see you, tell you that I do say hello. So if they're listening, they normally listen in the morning. If they're listening, I want to say good morning to my grandmother and my grandfather out there. Sitting there waiting.
And I want to thank you for the great work that you have been doing. I want to thank you and congratulate you on this big song. You keep on going. You don't stop, regardless what happens. Keep on going.
Well, of course, it's all because of the Almighty. I always give Him thanks first, and then after we come after. Because we're here to serve as human beings, serve each other, serve Him, serve Him first of all, serve each other.
It is Rasta.
All right, Jed, give it to us a cappella here in studios. Of course, Jed Tom Dorset.
Like a thief in the night, with no warning and no chance, Mother Nature came and took away. So many lives are now gone. What a challenge to move on, 'cause we mourn all you took away. But we shall overcome all the pain, 'cause in our darkest hour, God is there. If we lend a helping hand in this time of tribulation, Dominica, we shall rise again. There's no time for segregation. Let's all build back our nation. Dominica, we shall rise again. We shall rise again.
Blow.
To the children and the elderly, to the leaders and the pastors, to the doctors and the nurses, to the weak and the strong. Let us work and come together. Let us help to build the broken. Come ye forward, sons and daughters. Let's all rebuild again. 'Cause we shall overcome all the pain. 'Cause in our darkest hour, God is there. If we lend a helping hand in this time of tribulation, Dominica, we shall rise again. There's no time for segregation. Let's all build like our nation, Dominica. We shall rise again. We shall rise again. Yes, I am Dominica, and you are Dominica. Oh, we're all Dominica. Oh, we're all Dominica. 'Cause I am Dominica, and you are Dominica. Oh, we're all Dominica. Oh, we're all Dominica.
appreciate it. Yeah, man. Good job, big
Johnson, thank you.
Big vibe. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Give the vibe ready, see?
Sure. Yeah, man.
We're supposed to be some type of relative, you know.
Yeah, we actually are relative.
She lost track. Couldn't get the monkey off her back. Oh no. Well, she's trapped in her illusions, yeah. And she's running from herself. Running from herself. She lost her mind. She's like a prisoner serving time. Oh, yeah. Says she wanna find herself, but she's running out of time. Running out of time. She said, what am I gonna do now? Where am I gonna hide? Then she cried again. She said she
We have a young lady from the community of Petit Savannah, of course, one of the most affected areas. She's been here with us before, and she's one of the ladies who brought tears to my eyes after she told me the story from Petit Savannah. Let's say good morning. How are you doing? You are fine? Come a little closer, come a little closer. Yes, we want to hear your
every word. Story. We want the world to hear your story, because that's what's going to bring us some dollars too.
Alright. Tell me your name.
My name is Kimora, better known as Kimi.
I see a smile is back on your face.
Yeah.
Yes?
I'm getting there.
You're getting there? You told me 2 days ago that you visited Petit Savannah and you never returned?
Yes, I went home for, I call it the final time. I went home for the final time. That's how bad it is up there. It's rough. It's really, really bad.
And you made up your mind that you're not going to return?
Yeah, I made up my mind. I'm not going back.
What did you see?
I don't know, man. I can't really put it into words. I think people have to go to see for themselves.
It's alright. Speak, man. You don't know what your story is. We're there with you, you know? Yeah.
I don't know, man. It was just that morning, that night, the 2 days that I stayed there after, it was not easy. It really was not easy. It was just anxiety and everything was building up. It was not easy to stay there. The day itself was just bad news after bad news. I thought it was just rain. And I found out how bad things were in the village to other people. Because we got a service that night for about half an hour. And that's when people started texting me, Kimi, what's going on in your village? You're hearing so many things. That's when I found out how bad it really was. Because nobody really knew what was happening. Communication was cut off completely. Everything was a mess. So people from the outside had to find ways to really let us know that we were going through.
But when you were at home that morning, when did you decide it was time to get out of that house?
The same morning it happened, I wanted to go. We left our house itself the same morning. I went to go to my grandmother's house.
And you had to get your granny out?
Yeah, we had to get my granny out. And I think that was the most difficult part. My grandmother and my baby sister, that was the most difficult part. That's what kept me in Petit Savannah so long. I would have left a long time. But because of them and my mother, I had to stay.
But I remember you telling the story where you felt even you almost was swept away by the heavy rapids.
Yes. That was one point I had to run back into the main road because I thought the main road was going to take me at one point.
You were just going down and...
No, actually my uncle's has a house just at the back of our house. So I went to call them in the morning to tell them to get up because, you know, the river was raging and that kind of thing. And then when I looked over, the place started shaking and I guess I could say the place was roaring, and then the next thing I know, the river was in my feet. So I had to run back to the road. I had to run for my life.
It's a story that I know that you will remember for the rest of your life.
And going back, I think it was good. I think it was closure. I think it was good, but it was not easy going back.
I saw you at the grammar school where most of the folks were at the time. And every time I imagine you see a person from Peter Savannah, tears came down.
It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. It still does.
You can't believe that this is happening.
I keep saying I'm going to wake up from this dream.
You still think it's a dream? Wow. But I'm happy that you sort of putting back a smile on your face. So that makes all of us, nasio, all of us around here, happy that this is happening.
The whole world is with you. Encourage us, man. Be strong, be faithful. Let us make you a better person, you know? Let it make you stronger for you and for everyone else, you know?
All right, Kimberly making a presentation of a Caesar apparel designed by Blessings.
Oh, look how beautiful.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's so beautiful. Yes. Thank you very much.
Bless, you know?
Pictures of the world is seen right now.
Yeah, man.
And now for you, Mrs. Fountain.
Oh.
Yes, that's for you. Thanks, Brother Blessings. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, we want to thank the people for all things, man. We want to thank the people for the love, you know? Because, I mean, this says a lot, you know? And I don't even really have words right now. But we say thank you on behalf of everyone all over the world. Say it, yeah, man. And I will give love, we will receive love. Yes, sir.
Down in a Babylon, yeah, things are go brutal now. Dog a go down, dog. Things are go brutal. Down in a Babylon, yeah, things are go crucial now, now, now. Lord, Lord, crucial, crucial, yeah. Crucial, crucial, yeah. One, been on wailing and more tribulation. Threats and more fears and rumors of war. Lord, Lord, world food shortage and mass starvation. Lord, Lord, man and man herded to destruction. Say me never warn ya. Things are go brutal. Down in a Babylon, yeah, things are go crucial now. So much crime and violence.